baths, pulling out the garage. What's up, everyone? It's not really pointing on me. That's better. All right. It's been a while. It's been like 3 weeks or something on YouTube. Like 10 days on Instagram. Haven't been to the gym in 9 days. Yeah. So what's been going on? I'll try and make this quick. I know I'm always long-winded. It is Friday, October 6th, I think. Let's just say it is. It might be the 5th or 7th, I forget. But it's Friday. It's the first Friday in October. I'm heading to Mount Vernon. I haven't been to the gym in about 9 days. Last time I was there was last Wednesday. I deadlifted, conventional. Felt like absolute shit. Fuck, the highway's back. Alright, I gotta take the other way. Fuck, they probably rose the bridge. Sorry. Back on track. I'm driving to Mount Vernon. So what's been going on with me? I think I spoke about it before, right? I had issues with my knees a lot of the last prep. I didn't know exactly what it was. I chalked it up to just I was squatting heavy with no wraps and my quads were tight. I didn't really diagnose it as anything. My PT, David Motive, he didn't really diagnose it as anything specific. I've always had tight quads. Felt like quads were getting tighter. That was the issue, which it pretty much is. But so I toughed it out through Boss of Bosses. Ended up squatting like 815 at the actual meet. On the platform, I hit 815, like I said. In training, I hit 830 or 832, I forget. I think it was 830 in just knee sleeves, which was a big PR. I hit 820, I hit 805 for a double. I hit a lot of heavy PR squats that prep. Hit like 740 for 4, 770 for 3. So my knees were pretty fucking beat up. I figured that's what the issue with my knees were. They're beat up. So, as much as my knees were hurting during the prep, I toughed it out through Boss of Bosses. Obviously, I wanted to do the meet. Nothing was really going to stop me. I really wanted to go out the world record, which I didn't get, but whatever. Toughed that out. I figured once I got back and started squatting lighter and wearing knee wraps, the pain would go away, and I wouldn't really have to think about it. Obviously, to stay up on my mobility, stay up on all the stretching that I do, all of that good stuff, right? So we get back. I think I took a couple days off, nothing crazy, because I wanted to jump back into meet prep with the squats, with knee wraps on. So the pain was still there, but it felt like it was getting a little better. So I was like, fine, it's getting better. We're going in the right direction, right? But then it started getting worse. Once it started getting worse, I was like, fuck, this is a problem, right? It was getting worse. It felt like my quads were getting tighter. And funny enough, they felt like they were getting a lot bigger at the same time, but quads were getting tighter and tighter. Knee pain was feeling worse and worse, right? So it got to the point, come on, fuckers. It got to the point where the knee pain was so bad. The last time I tried to squat was about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. From the first warm-up all the way to the top set, my knees felt like absolute shit. So after that workout, I was like, I gotta stop squatting. Like, shit isn't getting better. I'm not gonna push it until my knee blows out. And it felt like it was going in that direction where I was like, all right, this isn't good. Something bad is going to occur. So I stopped squatting. When I went to David, I think like the next day or a couple days later, when he was going over everything with my knee, he said it wasn't really the knee. It was just that my quads are extremely tight. So I started putting in even more work into trying to get my quads to loosen. For whatever fucking reason, it was like I would try to do everything in the world to loosen them. By the time I went to bed and woke up the next day, they would feel tighter than they were before. Don't fucking know why. That's what was going on. So I was like, I'm just going to stop squatting for a while. At least 2-3 weeks, right? It's been about 2.5 weeks right now. So after that session, I pulled sumo one more time. I pulled like 750. Knees felt completely fine on sumo. Wasn't an issue at all with sumo pulls. More than likely just because of the angle. You're not getting as sharp an angle on your knees when you're pulling sumo, so it wouldn't put as much stress. I did like a bench workout. I might have done 2 bench workouts since then. because I pulled that sumo on the Friday. I squatted on the Monday before, bench Wednesday. The next Monday I did incline, I think. No, I did bench, whatever. And then the next Wednesday I tried to pull conventional, and my knees felt like absolute shit. So I was like, fuck, we got a problem. I think we're like 8-9 weeks out from comp. I was like, yo, my body's telling me to stop. There wasn't really anything I can do about it. The knee pain was too much, and I was like, I gotta figure out what the fuck is going on. Like, the shit is getting worse, not better. When I'm lifting lighter, like, there's an issue here, right? You can't just ignore it. As fun as it would be to just ignore it and keep going, obviously that wasn't an option. So I was like, fine, I'm going to London. I did this conventional deadlift workout last Wednesday. I was already going to London on Thursday to, you know, generally just hang out with Lydia and all that fun stuff. I planned on training in London, but I was like, fucking, I'm going to take like 10 days off from training. Just let my body relax, feel better. Just leave it alone, basically. Because sometimes you can't just keep doing mobility and stretching and all that shit. Sometimes you got to just do nothing. You got to just stop. Just let your body rest for like a week, week and a half. So I did that, but while I was there, I also saw her PT, Rich, who's really good. I've seen him before, and he's done acupuncture on me, which I thought definitely helps. So I saw him on a Friday. I landed Thursday night, like really late, because we were going to a wedding Friday night. So I had to get there. That was like the best ticket I could get. So I saw him on the Friday. He did some acupuncture on my quads, which seemed to help. But he was like, yo, your shit is mad tight, basically. Like, your knees are extremely tight. He checked, well, your quads are extremely tight. He checked out my knees, and basically he came to the conclusion that the knee itself was okay. Especially on the left side, it was very stable. On the right side, it wasn't as stable, but it was still okay. There was nothing wrong with the structure of the knee itself, which was good news, because I was scared that, like, something was up with my knees. He was like, it is the knees. Basically, it's a quad tendon. Quad tendons are extremely strained to a point that something bad is about to happen. And then my quad, the actual muscles, are tight as fuck. So he's like, yeah, it's definitely the tendons itself. That's why you feel all that pain on the knees. So basically I have like quad tendonitis, which I figured, / like extremely strained tendons or quad tendons. Whatever, I don't know the correct medical terminology, but it's the quad tendon itself that's the issue, which is being overly strained because my quads are extremely tight. So that's what's going on. So I asked him, should I just not squat for a while? He's like, it'd be better if you squat just really light. So, back in the US. Oh, and I saw him again the next Monday. He did it again, and this time he connected some type of electrical shit to it, where he was also shocking the muscles, getting it to twitch at the same time. I forget what that's called, so I probably sound like an idiot right now. It's a very common thing. But he was doing that as well with the acupuncture, which helped my quads loosen up a good bit, and I actually felt like it sped up the process of me feeling good with it. So, fast forward to today. It's Friday. I'm back in the US, obviously. I'm back in New York. Knees still hurt, obviously, a little. Not as bad as they were. Definitely not as bad as they were. I don't know if that's more so because I just haven't been using them training, and then today when I train they could feel terrible again. I hope not. Basically, when I get there, when I get to the gym, I'm going to warm up, do my normal mobility workout, definitely focus on my quads as much as I can. I'm going to go right into quad extensions instead of getting right into a main lift like usual. On the quad extensions, I'm going to go really light for high reps, just to like really try to get the knee joint warmed up, get the quad tendons warmed up, and get my quad muscles warmed up. After that, if I can, if my knees don't feel bad, I'm going to do some squats where I'm just starting really light, taking really small jumps, and doing sets of around 7. Which is usually what I give my clients when they're having issues with something, or if they're coming back from an injury. I'll give them really lightweight with small jumps where they're doing sets of 7, painless. So I'll probably use like an SSB bar. I'm probably not going to go over 400 pounds. I'll probably do like 400 pounds for a couple sets of like 5 to 7, just to see how my knee is feeling. There's definitely no reason to go anywhere near heavy or anything like that right now. I'm not even gonna pretend to go heavy. Like, it's just not something I'm gonna do right now with squatting. If I could squat with relatively low pain, that enough will make me happy. Fuck, yo, there's mad traffic everywhere. I couldn't even get on the highway near me, which is easier to get to the gym. This way I have to go like away from the gym and kind of cut back, but it's quicker sometimes because there's less traffic. But now there's fucking traffic. So I'm gonna try a squat light. I'm just gonna do a lot of quad focused stuff to really just keep getting blood into the area. Nothing heavy, more so volume. And I gotta play it by ear. I gotta see how it feels. If the knee feels okay, keep going. If it feels bad, gotta stop. You gotta play it by ear. But that's what my focus is gonna be this workout. Hopefully it goes well. My fingers are crossed. In general, what's going on, like I said, it's Friday the 6th, I believe. In 2 weeks, on Sunday, we're going to debut the Barbell commission line, which is fucking awesome. Me and the crew, me, Larry, Kiger, Black Tom Cruise, and Chunky Cheese are all going to debut the line. I think Steffi Cohen might be coming as well with Hayden. Fingers crossed, because I'm doing a seminar type of thing with them the day before at, I forget, CrossFit Solace in Manhattan. At Mount Vernon on the 20th, I want to say, we're somewhere around there. 2 weeks from this Sunday at Mount Vernon Barbell, we're going to do the Barbell Commission launch party. Come and lift with us, or probably be from 3 to 6, but just wait for further. We'll put out the official information, but we'll have inventory of our shirts. Everything will be there. Get your lift on, come with your friends, all that good stuff. Extremely excited about that. I'm extremely excited about starting the clothing line with the fellas, so we can start doing something and bringing something else besides just lifting to the world. Yeah, really excited. Keep a lookout for that. The Instagram should be up soon. I don't think I've actually loaded anything on Instagram, but it will be up. Everyone's doing well. I think Larry's still getting ready. Larry and Kiger and Black Tom Cruise are getting ready for the RPS meet in November. I'm gonna have to pass on it for obvious reasons. It'd be ridiculous for me to try to push it right now for no reason when I'm on the verge of getting hurt. There's no logic in it, especially for this meet. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that I could do the LA Fit Expo, even though it's like a week after New Year's, which sucks timing wise. But if the holidays weren't there, it would actually be really good timing wise. I'm hoping I could do LA Fit. Hopefully I could squat, bench, deadlift. Hopefully I'm squatting well by then. If I can, I mean, I'm gonna have to really build up just slow and try to get the heavy weight like way later on. It won't be one of those situations where I'm hitting like 1 rep maxes in training. I'm probably not even gonna approach 800 till sometime in like December, if I can. But that is the goal right now. The goal is to be able to do the LA Fit Expo full meet with a real squat, no bullshit, real squat, bench, deadlift. I'm just gonna go in that weight. I'm not cutting any weight. As I've said before, I don't want to cut weight for the next year or so anyway. I'm not gonna cut weight, so I'll be like, I don't know, probably like 260, 265 in the 275s. That's the plan. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to training. I'm looking forward to getting back in the gym. It's been fucking 9 days since I trained. I haven't taken that long off in a long time. Body weight right now is down to 244. I'm feeling like a fucking Ethiopian. But weight will come back. Muscle memory is an amazing thing. But yeah, just keep a lookout. I'll try to do this workout semi-vlog style if I can. I always suck at that, but I'll try. But yeah, that's it for now. What's up, everyone? All right, so into the actual workout portion after that long-winded speech. I apologize for that, but I wanted to thoroughly update you guys. So the plan was to start with quad extensions. After I did all my mobility and stretching and all that shit, when I wanted to do quad extensions, the quad extension machine was taken. So I decided to jump right into squats because my knee felt okay. I tested my range of motion when I was stretching before these. Range of motion was fine. It was what it normally would be. It wasn't like my knee didn't feel too tight to move or anything. So I was like, I can squat. Let me start light, which I did. Let me see how it goes. The plan was to do like 5 to 7 rep sets, keep the reps like in that medium range, and just move nice and smooth. As I was doing them, basically what would happen is the first couple of reps would feel okay, and then as the reps went on, it would kind of bug my knee. Like, it would irritate my knee a little more and more. It was harder to hit them perfectly, kind of. So I decided to kind of slow the reps down and do less reps, and then I paused one or two of them, and pausing felt way better than bouncing out of the bottom. I think a huge issue, especially if you're having like a quad tendon issue, is the speed of your descent. And I am someone who drops very quickly. So if I'm doing a pause squat, obviously you can't drop as fast. Kind of doesn't make sense for you to like drop down full speed and just stop. If you do that, you're actually definitely increasing the risk of any type of knee or quad injury. So I decided to switch to pause squats, where I would descend a little slower, more controlled, just work on the movement pattern and feel good, and just hit a couple of doubles. It felt fine. Worked up to the top set, was right here. It was like 450-ish. No problem. Hit an easy double. Felt good. Nice and deep. Got the range of motion in my quads and my knees that I wanted, that I was looking for. Felt smooth. I got what I needed out of the workout. Next week, I'll probably do the same weight, just do more doubles or something. There's really no reason to go any heavier at the moment, so that's what I'll do until I actually need to go heavier. Then I did leg press. I actually tried to do kettlebell lunges, and it just felt terrible, so I stopped immediately. Just didn't feel good on my knee. Then I went to leg press with my feet close together, that you see right here, with a slow descent. So I like doing these for control. I don't have to do as much weight to get that, to get what I'm looking for out of the workout. I can just kind of slow it down and use less weight. So that's good. Had my feet close to hit my quads more. I'm really trying to get blood in that area and get that area stronger. So I was doing a lot of quad work with light weight but higher volume. Same thing here, same reasoning on the quad extensions. Ended up doing around 150 reps, but with only 50 pounds, just to keep working the area, make sure the range of motion is good, and just keep pumping blood in the area. So this is what I do after my workout. That's the ex-wife right there. Moving it down very slow, and what I end up doing is I leave it right at the bottom. If you roll down your quads very slow, you'll feel your quads actually separate at the bottom. When I get to that point, I usually leave it there and just let it kind of sit. It helps with your quads, with just loosening them up a bit. It doesn't get too deep, but there's still a neurological thing to it. Also, when I have it at the bottom there, if my toe is pointed towards me, it actually stretches my calves as well. Once I do the quads like straight down the middle, both of them at the same time, I'll usually then do the outside like I'm doing right here to kind of get the outside of your quads, and it'll also work up into your hip flexor a little. So that's what I do with the ex-wife. There's some other stuff I do, but I mainly just put in the quad stuff that I do. After this, I believe I got into rolling my quads with a PVC pipe, because the foam roller just doesn't do it for me. But yeah, as you can see, same type of thing where I'm rolling it straight on. Then I'll switch to one leg or the other. This time I switch to my right leg, which you will see, so I can get like the outer sweep and roll that area, and then also roll up nice and high into the hip flexor as well. A lot of people with the quads, they tend to forget that their hip flexors also attach and kind of on the same line, and they don't give their hip flexors enough attention. When they think their quad's tight, a lot of the time it's also the hip flexor that's tight. So I tend to spend a lot of, attention on my hip flexors and keeping them loose as well, because that's another thing that will tend to get irritated very easily if you don't look after it. So after that, I was sitting and I was using this thing. It's like shaped like a bat basically, and there's a little ball at the top, but it probably weighs around 30 pounds. So it gives you a little leverage when you're trying to get into a spot. Basically what I'll do is I'll find a tight area, I'll dig into it, and then I'll start flexing my knee, basically extending and closing it over and over and trying to break up that area. So I did that for a couple spots on both legs, and that was about it. Did some other stuff, but it's mostly hip stuff. I just wanted to show you guys the quad stuff I was doing. So that's that. Till next time.